Well, hello there, and welcome to my channel. This is Kate in the Nest, and I hope you can hear it. I'm home, and as much as we love to go away, there's nothing like being at home. And for me, my nest is certainly my sanctuary where I get my ideas. So, just to quickly catch you up as I sit down, and I'm going to just get straight into stitching. So you may know what I've been up to, but first of all, I need to hear what you've been up to. Um, I'm hoping you're well and that things are going fine for you. The time is flying, and see, I've just got straight into it. Yep, that's good. So literally, I have just walked in the door. We flew from Melbourne this morning into Canberra Airport. It's about an hour and 15 flight, and then drove 2 hours home to the Southern Highlands of New South Wales. So it's yeah, it's just great to to be here, and I've warned my husband and son that my brain is just on fire with ideas. So I may well be up to one in the morning, because I suppose if I rationalize my absolute, I'm so grateful because I've actually probably been away the best part of 2 weeks now. In fact, that's really, let's call it that. I came home for just 2 days in between, which was really just unpacking and repacking between New Zealand and Melbourne. So I've probably talked to you about this. When I come back from a break, it's the best time for reorganizing. So I've got lots of exciting things coming up, and I have lots of new projects that I'm ready to start. So first thing tomorrow, I'm going to you've heard it before, reorganize this studio. I just really need to get a piece of furniture out so that I can lay out my bits and pieces for my upcoming workshop, put away the treasures that I have made, and start a new quilt, newly inspired by being in Melbourne. So what am I working on here? This is the April All the Leaves pouch. Now, speaking of pouch, I picked this up because it was already printed with beautiful flowers. Took it on the plane. Was going to start, hang on, I've got a sneeze. See, you'll know I'm home because of the hay fever. Dew or the pollen or whatever it is, look at that. And it's playing on the back. So my idea is to embellish. Look, there's a bee and a butterfly. Saw bumblebees for the first time in New Zealand, so love that. And yeah, it's a ready-made pouch, but it's lovely and soft. So on the plane just now, that held my pearl lay threads, all in there. Oh, thinking, what have I done? I've needled it together. So travel with them like that, or contained in a pouch, and worked on April. So I think it's been a while since I showed you this. You may remember it started with a whole doily here that I love these leaves, and originally, California, the song does go, California Dreaming goes, all the leaves are brown, but I wanted to extend that and just probably focus on leaves. So here's a flower that I've been thread painting with a green leaf. Down here, I've got the autumn colored leaves. I've started embellishing here. I've added some new fabric that I got in Melbourne. So these are really quite bright leaves, some yellow ones here, some pink vintage. And specifically on the plain, I didn't have my good scissors, so I just left these hanging until I got here. So this is obviously the back, which still needs a major piece in here, but this is what I've been sort of expanding into when I have new fabric. How can I sort of blend that in with the vintage pieces? Let's see, I touch these and I remember the exact moments I got them and where they came from. So here's something I've deliberately ruched it or gathered it here, and then I've stitched backstitch on there and started to add some little flowers. I didn't feel there was enough variegation in that wool, so I'll change that now that I'm home. And let's do a little bit more of the green. So let's just have fun stitching. Let's put the flowers out so you can see in my garden. Honestly, no matter how long you're away from somewhere, it just is that amazing reminder of how beautiful nature is, how blessed we are wherever we live, and you know how being together is just wonderful. So I feel richer for the conversations that I had in person. I connected with in fact they're all new friends from this community, and some I haven't even known 6 months, in fact most, because that's how new I am to this world of, well, being sort of a little bit more sharing what I'm doing type of thing. So I am really enjoying doing this. So I'm using perlé and back stitching, and it does all the work for me. I don't have to worry too much about my stitches being the same length. They just change color and blend in, but when your thumb feels it, you know that you're adding texture and interest. So yes, I'm going to have so much fun in the next couple of days looking at my suitcase. Well, looking at my suitcase, I should be doing more than looking at it. So now I'm just going weird stitches all over this leaf because I feel like it. So I'm colouring it in. And in a jiffy, you just feel where you've had enough, and then down and across here. And I need to say another thank you to the wonderful Christine of Create and Craft with Christine, who filmed the quilt show so incredibly well. That is a lasting memory for me, and so professional. So if at any stage we want to relook at the quilt show and remember those magnificent works, it's always there for us. And a shout out to Karen from the Railway Cottage in Queensland, whose quilt was displayed in the challenge section. I can see Karen's been busy enjoying the holidays and done a beautiful Roxy's challenge, as well as sharing her Home is Where the Heart Is. So lots of inspiration for all of us. So as I was saying, it's been nice to have new little old bits to go on this pouch. We're halfway through the month. So you probably only see this one again just before she's finished. And when I announce, I can't believe it, announcing the May prompt. But let's just be in the moment for today, Kate. We're not going to get ahead of ourselves. All right, so I'm just going round and round, finding any stray leaves, and I've probably done enough there. So I actually might just finish this off. This beautiful blanket. I am extremely well stocked with blankets now, including one that I bought all the way home from New Zealand, which I'm going to use at my May workshop. There we go. New Zealand wool. Oh no, it's English wool. Anyway, it's got a story behind it. Okay, I just re-stitched that. You're probably bored with seeing me stitch in green, but let's do something else with green while I have it. So I've done quite a lot of stitching there. I thought about doing more in there, but I won't use green. Okay, let's rest that needle so I don't waste that cotton. And I thought, so this, remember, this is a flap and it's deliberately curved because the blanket was a bit warped, which is sort of making it organic, I think. And I'm not sure whether this will stay, but at the moment I'm going to start introducing the yellows a bit more. And I have this big space here. And I have this lace pinned down, so it's only caught. So part of my collage method is to leave these things, so there's a pin in there until we have the right space. So I'm just looking and thinking, oh, I haven't used that off the baby dress for a little while. So nice to come home to my nest and go, oh, there's very vintage lace from New Zealand. Okay, Kate, stay on track. A little bit of this vintage that I will probably use to match some of that. Oh, now you're showing low battery. That's literally because I didn't charge it in the car on the way home. I had something I was going to use, that's why I'm faffing around here. So much for saving time. Just go slow, Kate, and find it. It's this one. Okay, quite a while ago, I started a project where I was using this vintage linen off the sofa and doing some stitches each day, which I did for a while. I've got a few bits. Actually, that might be nice too. And you'd know this piece from my Roxy's Journal of Stitchery. What I'm thinking is this is, you know, I was wanting to put some more yellow. I don't want to cover up all that leaf up there though, but I want to grow this leaf into there. And I've got this pink here, and I've got this lace. Oh, it's so much fun to be home. Let's just go over here for a minute. And see, maybe I've been subconsciously influenced by looking at that. Yeah, that's nice. Okay, so we're thinking leaves, and the sky is, I haven't got much sky in this piece. I don't think I can do it all. But hopefully when people look at this, they see more leaves than I've ever done. So I don't think... So I'm just going to trim this off here. Let's see what we can do. Let's go up higher. Yeah, how about something like that? Yep, so this is almost like sunshine. Actually, that's what we'll do. So this is the sky with the big sun. These are the leaves, which are a feature. And then we've got a combination. And I've got the gap here, which can have a pretty something on it. All right, what are we going to do? I think we might just use some... I think I'll curve that off there. I don't like that now that I've done it, but anyway, there'll be something that goes over it. Yep. Okay. I'll just do natural colour to get it in place, and then we can always... It's always a feast or a famine. 2 pairs of scissors right here. Okay, just get started. I was just thinking, I got so carried away with just going, oh, see, this is why it's so good to be home. Because I also can't believe how different each of the pouches is turning out. And I think I told you on my last video, I met up with Christina from Christina Creates at the Quilt Show, and she's just finished and shared her March memory pouches, which are, she's done 2, and they're in these midnight colours. So just crossing new ground for some of us, I think. And I love that we can just give each other ideas. So vintage lace over the top of the sofa. On top of the, covered by the lace of the beautiful vintage doily. I don't think I saw one doily in a shop or a show at the Quilt Show. So that's a sign how precious they are, and how we have to be looking at our sustainability and using fabrics more and more in multiple ways. I've got lots of ideas to share, and and who knows what will happen. I might be all talk, but I don't think so, because I think my fingers are just going to take me where my heart is saying go. Okay, so this is really just free form. Get this piece down. I was listening to the audiobook of Robin Brown, the creator of Magnolia Pearl, on the plane and in the car coming home, and she was talking about mending, and you know that mending can be visible or invisible, and that, you know, for many years people hid their mending because they were trying to make the piece look, you know, still perfect, and because the tear was an accident, but that, as many are now, visible mending is actually, you know, I was just loving the way she described it. I can't really get it, but why she includes patches on her work. So an incredibly harrowing story. The book's called Glitter Saints, and it's really about her childhood, and it's about the why, I think, why she makes her clothes the way she does. Not so much on the current ranges, but absolutely fascinating and so impactful. In fact, I read the book and now I'm listening to her story. A true artist. Okay, let's change colours. Let's get some wool. Oh my gosh, she says. So this came with me. Oh, look at that little bit of, in fact, that's, I'm thinking I want it stronger pink. So I've got this one over here. Oh, complete with with that in it. Oh my gosh. I need to sort. And you know, oh, it's forage, isn't it? But when I sort, I find all things that I forgot I had. So we will see. Okay, I just have to make sure that's still filming. Yep. Okay, let's do, leave that sticking out there. Let's put our knot way up under there. Oh, I didn't do one. Let's come out at the bottom. Okay, so big cherry pink flowers to here. And let's, because we're going to think, oh no, I wanted to think that was the sun. Okay, switch ideas. I was going to do chain across there, but I won't. Let's go across here. Let's do, speaking of crosses, I feel like making some crosses, or mark making, as someone cleverer than me calls it. So big long stitches, then over there. Then over that one. Oh, into my hand. And over here. Just on our way down to the bottom of the pouch. I'll show you when we're right way up. Okay, now we'll running stitch. You know, I'm thinking I might end up trimming that and putting something else on. Oh no, that's right, I'm going to put that over the top. Okay, it's all right. Okay, so here we have cherry pink over the lace. I have to be careful of not stitching both sides together, but I can feel that I'm just going into the first layer of lace and blanket. Let's go over here, follow the line of the lace. Just check that that's stitched. Yeah, no, all good. And I'll come back, I'm feeling like doing some French knots on this lace, but for the moment, I'd like to just get this bit of flower joining onto that leaf, and then I'll be able to embellish that somehow. So let's just do a running. To here. So let's make this just seed stitch. Oh, it's so good to be sewing again. Okay, that's fallen out there. So let's see how we're going. She's coming together. I'll keep that little bit. Quite like it. I'm liking the idea of having different coloured leaves. It's such beautiful ribbon. Okay, so fabric, I'll put that in there. So flap is like that. I don't know whether I showed you that braid, but I've got some more to go down there, I think. I need to work the top of this, and then I've added that. Need more work up there. I'm happy with that, but lots of opportunity for more embellishment. Just seeing lots of little, that would be nice somewhere on here. We might make a little rosette or something for the sun. Be good if it was yellow. Okay, I hope you can see where I'm going, and I hope you are just enjoying what you're making, and as always, so grateful to have your company. I'm delighted to be home, and so yeah, I'll just put my flowers there. So until I see you again soon, this is Katie in the Nest saying happy stitching and bye for now. Bye.